is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new one under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game. Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new word over you. My tongue is my word. Your words will never let me disappear. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new word over you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the game.
Fighting games. We all have our type of games, but my favorite one of them being all out brawl. You name it, anything you could think of. But today, we're actually playing two different genres of fighting games, or more likely, a rivalry. And standing in the left corner, Street Fighter, and on the right, their opponent in their competition with one of them, Mortal Kombat. These two icon legendary fighting game series have been into competition for years, but who will win? Let's pit these two with Sagat, the Muay Thai champion and the former Shaolin member of Street Fighter, and his opponent, Goro, the prince of all Shokan of Mortal Kombat. I am S1EP06, and my job to analyze these two combatants to see who will win in a deadly duel. From the ashes of the Shaolin, their leader, and Bison. Among him is his leaders. Shaolin is known for organized into secret organization consisting of the world's most deadliest warriors, or in this case, scientists, boxers, etc., especially possessing other soldiers, including some dolls and weird taste of the main villain's intentions with clones. Whenever it may be, even with Bison's power, he can always need ally with others, stronger or weaker to get a chance. And one of those people is the former champion of Street Fighter, Sagat. Originating in Thailand, Sagat's life is always meant to be the strongest he is. Even at the age of 15, he'd been training in Muay Thai and in martial arts, which actually eventually led him to becoming the strongest warrior today. Yeah, not much about to say about Sagat's history. It's mostly the point of, I am gonna be the strongest, in some way. Over time, Sagat did manage to train every day, even from a young age. And boy oh boy, his adult life is pretty insane. He put in the time that he able to perform push-ups with just one finger, surviving blows from other opponents, which one necessarily, but we'll get to it soon. But not only that, he also get able to perform some really devastating stuff, especially coming over feet, surviving hits with keep up with other Street Fighter characters like Chun-Li, and has survived other stuff in the past, even that kind of stuff as well. And that's actually probably the good reason why Bison, along with his other comrades, were formerly to become one of 4 kings. As such, at a time, he can. And boy oh boy, he can able to get in some devastation, especially his moveset. There's always in the game mechanics, there's damage booster, status effect, etc. But his most techniques include Tiger Shot, Tiger Knee, Tiger Uppercut, Angry Charge, Tiger Raid, Tiger Genocide, Tiger Cannon, Tiger Destruction, and finally, and the most iconic one, and based on his ultimate, Georgia move the Tiger Rampage. Honestly, I don't know why Sagat named all his moves as being Tiger related. But yeah, over time, Sagat had proven to be the strongest. Well, used to, until he met Ryu. In their battle, it was shown to be intense at their clash, but ultimately, Sagat seemed to be the victor of the fight. And did manage to beat Ryu. Until Ryu literally short-kicked so hard it caused him to bleed. Although eventually he did get his rematch one day and defeat him, but that's still empty void. Though I was also realizing how dangerous, especially someone like Ryu can. Although I don't really blame Sagat on this one because this is during the time where Ryu having trouble with his control of the Saito Hano. Though eventually he led to leaving Chao Lu. But however, his purpose actually changed from experience by this fight with Ryu. And even after the events, even before and after, he is proven to be white tough son of a bitch to take on. Even at a young age, he able to perform street fighting and very own, obtain the title of Emperor of Muay Thai, train Odo after becoming the Emperor of Muay Thai, and intentionally create the Tiger Shot and use it of living main people. Got revenge on the Ryu for, well, scarring his chest, and be a few like Ryu, Cage, a evil version of Ryu in a final of Dark Hado, and even finishing and winning the third in the Second World War Tournament. Yeah, Sagat is definitely proven to be the badass, but strong, not so much, because Sagat had his, well, fair share of the upcomings, to say the least. Sagat do lack of depth of precision and pretty much precise vision due to his missing eye. Plus, his height can make him larger a target, even like other small opponents like Ryu can able to find a way to attacking him. Plus, he have no range of any size the Tiger Shot, which is just a fireball, and a few more. However, over time, Sagat did change his heart. Well, kinda. And what I'm trying to say here, Sagat did manage to become a better person. Mostly using his own way of, well, protecting his own entire people, especially our new threats step away. And do eventually did manage to overcome many threats, especially the bigger ones, including the Saito Hano. And given the fact that Sagat will probably might make his return in Street Fighter 6, there is a lot of possibility he'll meet Ryu for one last time. Until then, for this multi Emperor, he'll still remain to be on top. Between all realms, Alpha is most savage and most violent realm in known Mortal Kombat. In this realm, there are variants of different opponents, and many outcasts, especially civilizations, to note to date. And there's actually plenty actually, and some of the most deadly and strongest ones. Some are seen to be human in Outworld natives, but there's more. Like the vicious and sometimes cannibalistic Tartakans, one few being Baraka, which have their like blades in their arms. And there's some few more, like Returnus, which is basically Mortal Kombat equivalent of vampires to be accurate, to be honest. They don't appear much in Mortal Kombat besides one or two games. There's also the Archtax. They're basically like a hunting tribe, but the only difference is they possess magic and even blood magic at some points. There's also some distinct ones, like the Zutarians, originally in Earthrealm, but eventually they went extinct, only one survived, being Reptile. There's also the Minotaurs, which is basically half man and half horse. There's also another distinct race called the Titan. The only main survivor is Devora, the most hated one, but the most strongest one and was surprisingly tough muscle ones is the Shokan. The Shokans are basically half human, half dragon, and well, basically those in combined. And it's not like furry. They are considered to be the most strongest one of Alpro and two Shao Kahn, two of his personal favorites. And among them is actually one of the strongest and the former and original Mortal Kombat champions, well before Liu Kang, being the Prince Shokan Goro. At weighing 500 lbs, Goro had been a champ for years. Being the son of King Kombat, Goro was given the task and being recruited by Shang Tsung after his defeat by the hands of Great Kung Lao. In such, Goro had been enlisted to be aided as well to show tribute to the new era for Alpro and Shao Kahn's empire. And for years, Goro had been the most toughest of them all, even slaughtering to many other realms, including ones in Alpro of course. And eventually when World Comic Con around, Goro instantly murdered and brutally killed in a warrior death to the Great Kung Lao. Nowadays, Goro became the champion of Mortal Kombat. And boy, and given the track record this guy has managed to pull, Goro is one tough son of a bitch that can to be killed down. I mean, this is the same guy, being, who is able to rip anyone's human arms apart, can overpower the Great Kung Lao, and a few more. There's also times he can actually show to be his own faster, kept up with like Great Kung Lao, and Liu Kang, sorry mispronunciation, and a few more, and survived the really insane feats, including surviving a failed injury during a large-scale battle. And surprisingly, as a warrior, he possesses this dagger called the Giant Fangs. It's kind of like Shredder's own like arm blades, but it's kind of different, but only for arms. And as a warrior and fighter, Goro actually possesses Shokan style, which is his primary to be fair. Primary we can able to dash out using his own arms and legs. He also have like variants to MKX, some like Dragon Prince, Dragon Fang, the War Khan, and Tiger Fury. Given the years that Goro have fought to many tournaments to even others, Goro have achieved greatness. In fact, he have developed some skills on his own, melee techniques. There's a Shokan bolt that can able to fire mystical green energy ore from his hands, fists literally. There's also this iconic stomp which leap out of the air and pretty much stop him to death. This is real, people. There's also a few more, especially some X-ray moves like the Crusher and Spine Injection, which all the pretty much fully crushing bones and squashing skulls at best. But let's be for real here. The one thing that every Mortal Kombat fan know, and I believe you know, is the finishers, being the fatalities.
Wins. Fatality.
Goro had plenty of fatalities over the years, like the Dragon Fangs, which you could take out this Dragon Fangs and pretty much slice through for her and drive you into her chest. You can always simply tore out his opponent's arms and legs, or even in half. Even one with called Peekaboo, where he just put the opponent's head inside their torso and pretty much there. This is real, people. There's always this brutality though, like Speed Bag, Crusher, which is basically a crusher way to explode due to landing on them. Where you stomp, yeah, no kidding, and there's a few more. MKX definitely a lot of brutalities in this game, and there's a few more I don't even mention, like Shokan Flame, which turned him into skeleton to be accurate. And boy, Goro, despite being a giant thing, he did proven to be the Shokan's most strongest warrior at the time. He became the champion of Mortal Kombat for a millennia before a certain champion fought in war with the fellow Shokan against centaurs. And even considered to be Goro, even considered by Shao Kahn to be one who saved Goro from death, and there's a few more, even defeating other opponents like the Great Kung Lao, Kenshi with no arms, literally, even the father to Shokan, being Kong Kets. Even to this day, Goro have been proved to be the most strongest one that ever be assisted in the MK tournament. Even considered to be a right-hand man to Shang Tsung for years. Given the guy's record, I don't see why that he is considered. But all that might have some faults. In fact, even years later, there's another champion who actually overthrew the Shokan's winning streak, being the infamous Liu Kang, the Shaolin monk and Prince's chosen one. In their battle, Liu Kang actually came out victorious over the former champion of Goro. And that's where the fault slid into Goro's favor. Despite having a good track record, he can be predictable and easily countered. His range is limited to intended, and plus mostly relying on brute strength or strategy, which had pretty much screwed him over the time, especially here as well. Though sadly, even with all that, he's still in his life, for kinda. After during a battle with Shokan, Goro lost his arms to this day. Although while being humiliated, torn apart, and even brutally beaten by his opponents, Shokan, of all people, actually allowed Goro to live. While Shokan, may not be the best one to do compared to Shao Kahn, showed mercy. Although this led to the tragedy to Goro's father, King Kombat. Unfortunately, much like his son, he also been defeated, but unlike his son, he kinda died. Though eventually, Goro had no choice but sent to exile, and allowed others to take the throne. But however, at the end of the MKX comic line, it revealed that Goro made an alliance with Dagon, the leader of the Red Dragons. Unfortunately, the MKX comic was cancelled. There were actually more expectations that led to Goro's return. It was supposed to be in season 2. Unfortunately, that never released. But there is a lot of expectation whatever happened to him. Either he became the old Naga or stayed in hiding, or eventually returned to Shanghai's island where he could find rest and peace, dying. There's a lot of debate where it happened to Goro, to be honest. But no matter what opponents, no matter how many Shokans, how many Shaolin monks, how many cyborgs, Goro on his own had proven time again to be the champion of Mortal Kombat. He may not be anything anymore, let's be for real, but compared to the other combatants with a K, Goro had proven why he is the strongest among Shokan and why he's the former Mortal Kombat champion.
Goro wins.
Alright, with all combatants have been done and analyzed, it's time we see who will win in this duel. Well, I'll show you.
Finish him! You will taste defeat. Do not enrage the king.
Well, I guess as one would say the rise and fall of Prince. In any case, well, Goro may have the better advantages, mostly due to higher experience against other combatants with K, and it's most shown to have better stamina, and that's mostly it. Don't get me wrong, Goro definitely held the longest title as the champion of Mortal Kombat for a long time, and it's shown to have shown him our fights in the end. But that's mostly it. Yeah, sure, there are many things I could say with better abilities, but Sagat have proven time again to have more than just one few techniques. Not to mention that Sagat have fought our deadlier opponents as well, especially to compare like say Ryu, who get able to survive an island destruction by Rikuma. Now, let me get this one straight. Well, Goro has survived Iron getting his limbs cut off, and not to mention defeating Kenshi without his arms, but that's mostly because that it's due to his own weakest states. And yes, while Goro has shown to be a far much more deadlier opponent, especially in comics, but sadly Goro do not have anything going for him outside of some non-canon media. Sagat will have fair share of problems too, but the only difference is that Sagat has survived much more. Even let it keep going to this day. Goro can too, but as I see it right now for his appearance, it's highly likely that he either survived or pretty much dead at this point. But I think the biggest advantage between both Sagat and Goro is how they manage to improve than the other. Sagat as a whole did and somewhat improve himself as a person, becoming better, well not perfect, still at least embrace his own changes. While Goro is sadly mostly dwelling at the point of his defeat, mostly resort into either being himself killed or other ways. Keep in mind, it says it right now, but the point I'm trying to stand here is that Goro as a whole sadly do not have much going for him outside of non-canon media to even back up his victories. And yeah, sure, I will give credit, he is definitely far more experienced than Sagat. However, in the end, experience doesn't really count in the end. Overall, comparing to their opponents, as well be more, Sagat definitely earned the title as champion of Mortal Kombat. Of all the clans that Street Fighter can turn to Mortal Kombat, Sagat does more ahead than Goro. And the winner of this episode is none other than Sagat.
You win!